I think we need to duke it out for a position of maybe permanent residency. You know what, I've been doing this 13 years. No broken bones are ever gonna keep me down. At this point, I've had heart surgery, I've had a broken ankle, collarbone, nose, cheekbone, orbital bone, and 3 broken arms. And we're good. I wake up feeling amazing every single day. So, especially at this point in my career, there's not a single thing that can happen to me that is gonna keep me down because I've been waiting my entire career for this moment. So I'm ready to go. Put me in, coach. I will fight with a broken orbital bone, whatever I need to do. You know, I've had 13 years to think about who my dream opponent would be, but I think it's only fair that I say Rhea Ripley, considering I am technically the interim women's champion, you know, and Rhea Ripley is the WWE women's champion. I think we need to duke it out for a position of maybe permanent residency. I started wrestling in 2014 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I guess I don't need to say Canada because I'm here, which is so nice. And a year later, I packed up my little Jetta, I strapped my mattress to my roof, and I left everything behind to really dive headfirst into wrestling. Like, I had one goal, and that was to get to WWE. And it was a very long journey. I mean, it ended up taking me 8 years to get to Raw and SmackDown, to get to the main roster of WWE. And along the way, I ended up doing the most amazing things. I mean, I ended up working for every independent company in the world. I ended up working for TNA, which is now partially a WWE partner. I ended up going to Mexico and living in Japan and traveling to India. I did things that I never would have dreamt of being able to do. And then finally, when the time was right, I was back in WWE, where I think I was meant to be all along. But you know, it's fun to have a journey that isn't predictable.
What was that moment like at SummerSlam when you arched off the ladder?
When I was hanging upside down, I took in every single second upside down. I looked around, I heard the crowd starting to rumble, I felt them stand. I felt like I ran up that ladder, but also it took my entire career to get up that ladder. Like, it was just this moment in time where everything around me froze and everything was going slow motion. And it was so beautiful. I looked around, I saw everyone's faces. I saw my family in the crowd. My husband was there. It was perfect. It was everything I could have dreamt of and more.
Yeah.
It was really like I climbed Mount Everest and I was standing on the top, and it was the most beautiful view. Matt and I have been together for 10 years. We have had so many instances in our careers where we've almost crossed paths, where we've almost worked together. We've almost been on the same show. And it was an amazing moment to be able to have him brought back to WWE, have us be able to work together on screen, on SmackDown, but then also have backstage footage from Unreal. That was really cool as well. I mean, I think that right now in wrestling, we love to blur the lines, and we bring in current events. We bring in real life situations. So for Matt and I to end up on screen together was, in my opinion, inevitable. You cannot avoid the fact that we are together. We are both in WWE. We are very, you know, public people with our personal lives. Everyone has watched us build our house and adopt our animals and kind of grow this life together. So I think it was really beautiful for the fans to be able to see that on screen, on SmackDown. He came to my aide, and it was just really fun. I got to watch in the ring as a fan as well. Everybody was watching him come save me, but I also got to watch that, which was really fun. I will never forget in 2014 when the Give Divas a Chance era really went viral. Those women who came before me fought tooth and nail every single episode of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT to make sure that the women that came after them would get that time in the ring. And they did it. I mean, now we are breeding some of the most talented wrestlers in the world from the ground up. We are scouting them, we are bringing them to NXT, we are developing them, and then we're moving them up to the main roster, and they're becoming our WrestleMania stars. It is incredible, and that is all thanks to the women that came before us who walked so we could run. We would have never dreamt of having a Royal Rumble. We would have never dreamt of having a Money in the Bank moment, and now those things are just like, yeah, of course we have them. We draw just as much attention as the men do. Our ratings are a lot of times higher than the men. The skill level is equivalent to what the men are bringing to the table. Like, there's nothing that the women can't do now. And I love to think about, like, what's gonna happen 5 years from now? Because these women are defying gravity. Like, truly, the things that they can do in the ring, it's incredible. If you've ever taken a moment to watch Sol Ruca or Tiffany Stratton, you know that the women in WWE and the women in sports are limitless right now. So I love it. I love to see it not just in WWE, but in sports and especially in the WNBA. I never found myself to be patriotic until I left Canada. And now everywhere I go, I love to let everybody know that I'm Canadian. I love to come back and represent Canada. I'm very, very proud of where I came from. I mean, like, I came from Vancouver Island. A lot of people, they will be born and raised and they will stay on Vancouver Island. So just to be able to leave and then to be traveling the world and doing my dream job, like, it's so incredible. And to be doing that representing Canada, I don't think there's anything better. The one thing I've realized traveling the world is that Canada loves to claim a Canadian superstar. We love to say Pam Anderson and Steve Nash and Nelly Furtado and Justin Bieber. Like, we love to claim our Canadians. So I'm very proud to hopefully be someone that a Canadian talks about,
Speaking of Canadians, at SummerSlam we had the return of Kevin Owens. He obviously came back from a pretty serious neck injury.
Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, it's always amazing to see somebody heal themselves, take the time that they need to do that, and to be with their family, and come back an even better version of themselves. Because what we do for a living is tough. We work 365 days a year. There's no off season. We don't have training camp. We don't take vacations. We work every single week, no matter what the outside world is doing. And that's really hard on your body. And so to be able to take that time and heal and come back leveled up, I mean, it's incredible. There's not many people in the world that can do that. So it was really great to see him back, to have him around, and obviously now to be able to be touring with a fellow Canadian is great. The beauty of show business is that it ebbs and it flows, and people leave and retire and new people come in. And I mean, no matter what, the things that John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and AJ Styles did for this business will live forever. We will be forever grateful for, the doors that they've opened for us. But now it's time to usher the new kids in, for a new era, and for new superstars to be built, new WrestleMania stars to be made. And this is the perfect time, like, at a time when we're saying goodbye to such huge household names. Now let's welcome Obafemi, let's welcome Gunther, and let's have, Chelsea Green rise to the top. Last night I was in London, Ontario. We kicked off the Canadian tour. It was absolutely amazing. The crowd in Canada is a lot like Europe. We love chants. We want to join in on the joke, always participating, always being super loud, and that as a performer is everything. So London was a great way to kick off the tour. Now tonight we will of course be in Toronto and at the Scotiabank Arena. Tomorrow I'm going to be in Edmonton, which I love going back to Alberta. I'm going to do Edmonton on Saturday and Calgary Sunday. I get to see some friends, some family, go back to my old stomping grounds, and then we will wrap up the tour on Monday in Ottawa. I don't think, you know, I am biased, but I don't think there's a better crowd than Canada. I think we are so lively, we are so fun, we don't get spoiled with the live events that are brought to Canada. So when we have a live event come, we go, we fill a venue, and we are loud. And that's all we can ask for as wrestlers. The thing about, you know, SmackDown and Raw, it's live, anything can happen. I think that's the thrill of it, is that any star can come out. We love in Canada to bring back legends and to have surprises. And so, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen tonight, but that's the beauty of it. Anything can happen. I have my face mask ready to go that can protect my orbital bone. So if someone comes at me for this title, know that I am prepared.
Is it a bedazzled face
Of
mask?
course it is. Would you expect any less from me? I bedazzled the entire thing. I've got eye patches ready to go as well that match my outfits depending on what I wear tonight.